What is up, Viking fans? Welcome to another edition of the SKOL Report here on Valhalla Sports Talk. I've got a question I want to ask the Vikings Nation. Before I get into it, hit that subscribe button, give the video a like, turn on the bell notifications. But should the Vikings, tough loss today, by the way, tough loss by the Vikings against the Cincinnati Bengals. The season on the line as the weeks run out in the 2023 NFL season. But should the Vikings replace Kevin O'Connell with Brian Flores, the defensive coordinator? Something like this has happened before in the Vikings nation. Back in 2006, when Brad Childress was the head coach of the Minnesota Vikings, he hired a relatively unknown defensive coordinator named Mike Tomlin as his DC. At the end of that year, the Pittsburgh Steelers gave Mike Tomlin the head coaching job in Pittsburgh. And it wasn't too long after that Mike Tomlin hoisted a Lombardi for the Pittsburgh Steelers. It was less than a year or so. And it doesn't go without precedence. Another former Vikings defensive coordinator, Leslie Frazier, went on to have success after, Tony Dungy left the Vikings, and he went and got him a Super Bowl as well. So this has happened in the past, y'all. I apologize, that mix-up right there. I got something on my brain. But man, just an absolutely tough look and tough loss today. Just to be clear, y'all, I personally don't think that it's time to fire Kevin O'Connell. I just say that could history be repeating itself again this year? The Vikings, a team steeped in deja vu, Is it going to happen again, y'all? Is this going to happen again where we let a head coach get away? We've done it with quarterbacks too, y'all. Brad Johnson comes to mind. Rich Gannon comes to mind. I just don't know the answer, y'all. I wish I did. I wish just because I was on YouTube, I knew all the answers. But I did stay at a Holiday Inn Express last night. I want to look at, this will be a second part of the video. It's kind of me looking at the press conferences from the post game. Kevin O'Connell and Nick Mullins being interviewed after this game. Let's go to the stat page. Stat and information page. Apparently I don't have it loaded up properly. It'll only take me a second, y'all. So here we are. We are on Twitter. We're going to bring this up and we'll listen to Kevin O'Connell after today's loss.
Feels like must win every week, but after today, what's your message to the team and what are you looking for from your leaders?
Yeah, that's a great question. I think we've got to understand and evaluate this really hard, players and coaches, of, hey, throughout the 60, really almost 70 minutes of football there, where were the plays where, we could have maybe gave ourselves a better chance to either
saw video where
or maybe get one more stop.
Brian Flores was screaming at O'Connell to call timeout before that second failed push
game where we're
in overtime.
Yardage, we're possibly turning the football over. I thought Najee had a great effort. on that one late in the game that was very, very close to possibly being a turnover forced. But can we make that one play? And you never know when it's going to come. It's not always going to be in overtime or in a critical fourth quarter drive or defensively a third down stop late in the game. It could be that early, that early first, second quarter, third quarter, where you've got to just the margin of error, trying to overcome some of the things we are right now. By no means is it any sort of an excuse. We've got to go make the plays in all three phases of our team to win these games. Very fortunate to have two of them at home, all three in the NFC North. We know all three teams. Really the two teams that will play are playing good football right now. We're going to need to put together some good plans, try to get as healthy as we can, and go attack every opportunity to go try to win them all.
Feels like must win every week.
All right, so that was O'Connell's presser. As I mentioned, Flores did run up to O'Connell before the second failed tush push and tried to get him to stop and call a timeout and think about it. His pleas were ignored.
But after today, what's your message?
Let me get out of this for a minute.
From your leaders?
Yeah.
Sorry, I replayed that. Now let's listen to Mullins here, y'all. Let's listen to Nick Mullins in that same situation.
Are still an opportunity, and that's the opportunity and the goal that we're all chasing. But at the same time,
Mullen's one of the smallest players on the field.
Each play
during
at a time,
both of
each
those
drive at a
tush
time,
pushes.
each press conference at a time. So I'm trying to be totally present and just trying to enjoy each step
His
of the way.
interception to the lineman was probably the worst interception I have ever seen. He should have just handed it to him.
Productive offense. Got to put it together, man. Got to
Just
just
hand
put it
it
together.
off like a
complete
running
team
back.
unit. And we can, and that's what we're all striving for sure. And we're excited about getting back to work.
Kind of turn the page from the tough loss.
So that was Mullins' reaction to the loss today. I don't know, y'all. I am just very, very concerned here. 7-7 is the record. The Lions come to US Bank Stadium next week. And I don't know. I know O'Connell's record is still fairly impressive for a newer coach. But I don't feel like he's advancing. I feel like he is regressing. So I do think that there is a chance that by the end of this season, real discussions could be had about whether he is the guy to lead the Minnesota Vikings going forward. This week we'll tell more. I'll be doing more videos here on Valhalla Sports Talk, the all-new and improved SKOL report. Again, I ask you to hit that subscribe button, give the video a like, and turn on those bell notifications. The Colts defeat the Pittsburgh Steelers tonight, y'all. And next up, Denver travels to Detroit. We badly need Denver to beat these Lions. But subscribe, like, turn on the noties. I'll be back with more Vikings content, daily Vikings content this week, in addition to the live watch party next week here on the channel as well for the Vikings-Lions game. Until then, I want to thank you and yours for your support. Wish you all, if I don't see you again before then, a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. And we'll see you in the next video, everybody. Valhalla Sports Talk. We out of here, y'all.